It's official. DreamWorks has replaced the voice of Shrek, Alfonso Obregón. Look, he's not coming back as Shrek. The Latin American trailer for Shrek 5 confirms that Alfonso Obregón is not returning to voice DreamWorks' Ogre. Let's remember that the actor made several demands to reprise the role, including being the dubbing director, a higher salary, and having his name highlighted in the promotion in Latin America. And just like that, they didn't include him. That's right, the trailer is already out and there's something very interesting. This is the original trailer in English and it has 44,000 likes and 42,000 dislikes, be careful. Meanwhile, the Spanish trailer has no less than 26,000 likes and 41,000 dislikes. I mean, it's crazy. Many people are criticizing this movie. Just imagine, so the controversy is just beginning. In fact, here they're telling us Alfonso Obregón didn't return for the dubbed trailer for Shrek 5. Eugenio Derbez and Dulce Guerrero did. Yes, they returned. Let's remember that Eugenio Derbez voices Donkey in Spanish. Now, the voices in English, in Shrek's case, yes. It's still Mike Myers, that is Dr. Evil, or Austin Powers, the same actor. And the voice of Donkey is Eddie Murphy. Incredible. I mean, they're still the same original actors, but in Spanish they took away Shrek's iconic and legendary voice. Now we'll hear how the new one sounds. We already know the others, so listen closely.
Friends, welcome. This is Luis Solo. A very special episode of Luis Solo since we just watched the trailer for Shrek 5 a few moments ago. And Shrek comes without the voice of my dear Alfonso Obregón. In the Latin Spanish version, Alfonso Obregón is not there.
This is official.
Unfortunately. And this brings a lot of implications, or at least I think so, for us as a guild. Because I do believe that Shrek's voice is an iconic voice that marked generations.
I believe that too, definitely.
The one we all grew up with. I mean, the impact that Shrek had on so many people at the time was huge. It's as iconic as Eugenio Derbez's voice for Donkey. And not having Alfonso there does a disservice to the movie.
Very true, although let me tell you something. Look, I've realized that voice actors, even though many of us know them, know a lot of them, the reality is that the vast majority of people have no idea who they are. But still, they know and recognize their voices. It's not a minor thing, but anyway, let's continue.
I'm sure this isn't going to help the movie.
We'll see. For now, obviously, the people who know that Alfonso Obregón is the voice of Shrek and that the original Shrek voice isn't, they are obviously very upset, they're very angry. But my question is, how aware are regular people? The people out there, the people on the street, the people who don't know this world, how aware are they of it? I think very little or not at all. And actually, there's something interesting. Do we know the new voice of Shrek? And I honestly think that if DreamWorks and Universal tried anything, it was to make it sound as much like Alfonso Obregón as possible. Please, let's listen to it. There it sounded kind of similar, but there are other moments in the trailer where I think you can tell it's a different voice. Look.
The same donkey as always.
I mean, if I ask myself, will regular people notice? I'm not so sure. We know it. I noticed the difference because I already know it's another person voicing him. Right? The one who voices Shrek. But someone who has no idea, who isn't even interested in the dubbing world, would they know? That's the question I ask myself. But anyway, let's continue.
I know there are stories and a lot of things that happened with Alfonso Obregón last year, but it's been legally proven. Yes.
Alfonso Obregón is innocent of all those false accusations that were made against him, or that false accusation that was made against him. Alfonso Obregón was declared innocent.
In several ways, the situation has been clarified, and nevertheless, Alfonso loses Shrek. There are implications in our industry. I said it on Retake at the time. I considered it important for all the actors that Alfonso achieved what he was asking for because it's another step forward in the recognition of the work of voice actors.
Right now, we're going to see what he was asking for.
On-screen credit that acknowledges us a fee, fair pay for the work, and a number of things, which, well, we've already been gaining because, yes, we've been gaining them, but this was also another step forward and more progress. However, Alfonso won't be in Shrek 5, and I think that's unfortunate. Unfortunate for the movie, unfortunate for the fandom, unfortunate for the voice actors. What do you think?
I think that obviously it's sad, but oh well, let's keep watching.
It's my condition to be Shrek. These fools who say, oh, now he's begging. Hey, now he's really crying and crying, right? Now he's really asking and begging. I mean, I'm not begging for anything. Oh, I'm not begging. It's just that I have certain conditions. If they don't give them to me, I won't do the movie and nothing happens. I want to direct the dubbing of Shrek because, well, because I've been directing for many years, because I'm very good, because I'm one of the few who are truly committed to what they have to do. I don't leave my work unfinished. No, I don't accept your job while I'm directing and leave my sister or my partner or my friend to take care of the actors. But above all, because I'm very aware of the impact this movie has on culture. The same old fool as always.
Naturally, they hired a different actor. Shrek 5's new trailer is out, and unsurprisingly, Alfonso Obregón isn't Shrek's voice. Here's this jerk's arrogance. They say, seriously, does he think he's a cultural phenomenon? And then someone else responds, when did requesting better pay for your profession become arrogance? They have a distorted concept. Alfonso simply wanted better pay, and he has every right to demand and set his conditions because he has years of experience in the industry. Let's learn a little, damn it, as they say here. Let's see. In part, I understand both Alfonso Obregón and I also understand DreamWorks and the decision they made. I understand both of them. I think it makes sense from their point of view. Look, Alfonso Obregón says the following. I want not only for both me and the voice actors to be paid better, but I also want us to be treated similarly to the voice actors from the United States. When you watch Shrek, what do they tell you? Donkey appears, right? And below, Eddie Murphy. Shrek. And below, what does it say? Mike Myers. I mean, they're telling you who the actual actors are. And Shrek's daughter too, right? Shrek's daughter, who's going to be Zendaya, it's going to say Zendaya. All of that is going to appear on screen. They are recognized directly. But what about the voice actors in Latin America? We're talking about dubbing in Latin America. It's amazing. I mean, look, I've had the chance to watch movies in several countries around the world, and Latin America has one of the best dubbing traditions in the world. There's no doubt about it. It's one of the best. For me, I think it's only behind Japan's, really. That's the level of the Latin American dubbing. I mean, it's top-notch dubbing, really, really good. And look, guys, I've realized that there are people who don't even know that the movies are in English and then dubbed into Spanish. I know this might sound crazy to you, but there are people who don't know. There are people who don't realize it. There are people who think they're listening to the real character. Look, once, several years ago, I remember they were showing iCarly, okay? iCarly. Well, do you remember the character Freddy in iCarly? The one who was friend-zoned by iCarly? Well, it turns out that about 15 years ago, some friends and I were doing homework at a friend's house. And in the background, iCarly was on. Well, my friend's mom hears this guy talking, or at least the dubbed voice of this guy. And well, she said, oh my god, look, I remember seeing him when he was really little and now he even talks so maturely. And I was like, I kept thinking, what is this lady saying? And yeah, then she said, he already has a man's voice. Imagine that. She thought it was the original voice. The guy was actually speaking Spanish. She didn't realize the show was in English. There are many people like that, especially in Mexico and Latin America. It's more common than most realize. That's why, on the other hand, I understand why at DreamWorks they said, let Alfonso Obregón speak. We're going to use an impersonator or someone who sounds just like Alfonso Obregón, and in the end, people won't even notice. It's true, a lot of people are going to insult us on the internet, they're going to give us a lot of dislikes, but most likely, people, the vast majority, won't even notice. And this movie will end up being a success. We'll see. I mean, we'll see. Only time will tell. But that was DreamWorks' bet, and we'll see if it works out well or badly for them. Like I said, only time will tell. What do you think? Are you going to miss Alfonso Obregón? Personally, I think so. We're definitely going to miss him. He is the soul and the voice of Shrek in Latin America. And obviously, I can't imagine a movie without him. But that's how it will be. Thank you, gentlemen. See you next time.